Glorious devotees, thank you for viewing this presentation on Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Sri Madhurya Kadambini, the monsoon clouds of sweetness. We continue in this presentation to discuss the stage of Prema-bhakti. Vishwanath writes in his Madhurya Kadambini, thereafter becoming capable of relishing the magnitude of Bhagavan's Madhurya, his beauty, fragrance, and so on, that lustrous devotee reaches the zenith of astonishment, continually realizing the unprecedented affection of Bhagavan for his devotees. The devotee's heart melts. At this time, Śrī Bhagavān says to the devotee, O best of my devotees, for so many lifetimes you have abandoned your wife, home, wealth, and so forth for me. Only to serve me have you endured a multitude of miseries, such as cold, wind, hunger, thirst, pain, and disease. You totally disregarded the insults of others and maintained your life by begging. Unable to repay you, I have become indebted to you. For you, lordship over the entire earth, sovereignty of the heavenly planets, even the position of Lord Brahma, and the various mystic perfections are completely unsuitable. How could I grant them to you? Grass, straw, and bran, which animals find enjoyable, are not fit for humans. Thus, even though I am unconquerable, today you have conquered me. In this condition, I depend solely on your goodwill. Some commentary in regards to Vishwanath's statements here. The Lord considers himself indebted to the devotee. He reflects, I could not give my devotee anything, so I shall be in his debt forever. Through exceedingly tender and compassionate words like these, Bhagavan expresses himself to his devotee. Sri Krishna contemplates, by granting my devotee service to me, he will certainly attain me. Except for this, Krishna has nothing to offer the devotee who has no desire. So although Krishna is unconquerable, such devotees conquer him in every respect. The devotee's gentle nature remains Krishna's only support. In other words, the joy the devotee experiences in serving him remains his greatest comfort. Vishwanath continues, the sweetness of Śrī Bhagavān's words, which are filled with the utmost affection, adorns the ears of the devotee who prays, O Prabhu, O Bhagavan, O ocean of mercy. Dragged by the current of this dreadful material existence, I am caught in a whirlpool of suffering and am being devoured by crocodiles. Seeing this, compassion arose in you and caused your butter-like transcendental heart to melt. O Bhagavan, you then appeared before me in the form of Sri Guru, who cut asunder the ignorance of lust and so forth. With your darshan, you, like Sudarshan, severed these crocodiles of suffering and saved me from their terrible teeth, with a desire to make me a maidservant at your lotus feet. You had the syllables of your mantra enter the pathway of my ears and remove all my pain. Through my repeated hearing, chanting, and remembering of your divine names and qualities, you purified me. O Prabhu, you taught me the art of rendering devotional service to you by granting me the association of your devotees. Nevertheless, because I am unfortunate, foolish, and the most degraded, I could not render even a day's service to you. Still, even though this most wicked person is punishable, instead of chastising me, you are making me drink profusely the sweet elixir of your sublime darshan. And yet you say, I am indebted to you. O best of masters, it seems that I am being mocked by these words from your divine mouth. Now what should I do? I have committed several, nay, thousands and millions of offenses. To pray for pardon would be nothing but taking refuge in impudence. Certainly my offenses are incalculable. Moreover, the powerful influence of my persistent offenses is such that even now I endure their results. And let me suffer further for the offenses still remaining. I will not pray to be pardoned. Some commentary. Humility, dainya, lies at the root of bhakti. Moreover, bhakti's nature is such that she is never satiated. This nature causes the Prema-bhakti to always consider himself devoid of bhakti and to consider his spiritual practice, sadhana bhajan, deficient. Upon hearing the merciful words of Bhagavan, the devotee remembers Bhagavan's limitless compassion in the form of Śrī Guru and the Vaishnavas, and becomes restless. He thinks, a person as wicked as I deserves punishment. But Śrī Bhagavān has instead blessed me with his darshan, which is most rarely attained. Upon experiencing such mercy of Śrī Hari, the devotee becomes wonderstruck. Having heard Bhagavan's words of compassion and how he feels indebted to his devotee, the devotee becomes stunned and bewildered, not knowing what to do. He remembers the limitless offenses he has committed since time immemorial. Considering himself a grievous aparadhi and worthy of punishment, he cannot summon the courage to even beg forgiveness. At this time, the devotee offers prayers that express his deep humility. O Purushottama, there is no sinner and offender like me. Alas, I am even ashamed to request you to forgive my offenses. What more shall I say? Vishwanath writes in his Madhurya Kadambini, O Prabhu, just a day ago I was so audacious as to compare your divine body to a fresh rain cloud, a blue lotus, and a sapphire, your lotus face to the moon, and your lotus feet to freshly sprouted leaves. I have thus declared that burned mustard seed halves are equal to the golden Mount Samaru. That of a chickpea is like a wish-fulfilling jewel, Chintamani, that a jackal is equivalent to a lion, and that a mosquito is like Garuda. In this way, a fool such as I has brazenly committed an offense to you. I can understand my mistake only after receiving your direct darshan. I thought at the time that I was praising you, when in fact I was simply proclaiming my own foolishness, considering my imagery to be poetic brilliance. When I behold the beauty and splendor of your divine form for a moment with my own eyes, I realize that my comparisons are like the teeth of a frenzied cow trying to defile the wish-fulfilling vine of your beauty, but without success. Sri Bilvamangal Thakur has described Krishna in Sri Krishna Karnamrita. How can your face be compared to the lotus? It is also impossible to compare your flawless face, which is beyond description, to the moon, which gradually wanes until it is no longer visible. O Sole Master of the universe, to what can I compare your beautiful face as you play upon your flute? Lila Sukha writes the next verse as if Sri Krishna had then inquired, O Lila Sukha, how then have various poets compared my face, smile, and so on to the lotus and the moon. Why do you not do the same? O Prabhu, if you wish to hear my response, please listen. Poets of old have seen your beautiful form in their deep meditation. They have compared your face to the moon and the lotus only because they were limited by their poetic ability. Truly, the moon is nothing but a camphor lamp, suitable for circling your lotus face in arti and then being put to one side. The Prema-bhakti says, O Prabhu, I will never again minimize your unparalleled beauty by comparing it to something of this world. Vishwanath continues, when the devotee thus laments, Bhagavan becomes exceedingly pleased with him. In accordance with the particular mood and cherished desire of the devotee, such as prayasi bhav, he reveals a vision of Śrī Vrindavan, the abode filled with his divine sporting pastimes, vilas, of wish-fulfilling trees, and of the Maha-Yogapith of Sri Radha Krishna, surrounded by their intimate, eternal companions. Sri Krishna also grants the devotee a direct vision of Srimati Radhika, the daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj and the foremost among his beloveds, as well as darshan of her Sakhis such as Lalita and Vishaka and their maidservants. As he confers upon him darshan of his Sakhas such as Subal, the cows he maintains, the river Sri Yamuna, Sri Govardhan, Bandiravan, and Sri Nandeshwar Hill. And he grants him darshan of Sri Nanda, Yasoda, and his brother, friends, relatives, servants, maidservants, and all the residents of Raj, along with the excellence of their respective rasas. After submerging that devotee in the most enchanting waves of the blissful darshan of his eternal companions, Krishna, along with his entourage, vanishes from his vision. Thank you so much for viewing this presentation on Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Sri Madhurya Kadambini in the matter of Prema-bhakti. Hare Krishna.